ninth day in Scotland and third day on Islay, we visited 4 distilleries, the third being Caol Ila. Along the way, we were also able to get a distant glimpse of Ardenhoe Distillery, which was in the process of being built, and we visited their off-site showroom. Caol Ila Distillery is located near Port Askeig, and the name Caol Ila is derived from a Gaelic term meaning Sound of Islay, or literally Islay Strait, in reference to the distillery's location overlooking the strait between Islay and Jura. Caol Ila is the largest distillery in Islay. It was built in 1846 by Hector Henderson, who also owned the old Camlachi Distillery in Glasgow. It was shut down during the Second World War, and then it was subsequently rebuilt. Today it is owned by Diageo, and although they produce a number of distillery bottlings that are widely available, much of the production goes into Johnnie Walker blends. All right, hope you've been enjoying my videos of sharing my photography and whiskeys that I picked up during my trip to Scotland. I visited 20 distilleries. I was in the Lowlands, on Islay, and then made my way up to the Highlands and Speyside. In this video, of course, I shared my photography, video, and notes on Caol Ila, and I picked up this Caol Ila 10-year-old. It's a natural cask strength at 58.2% alcohol by volume. This is a Feis Ile Edition. If you're not familiar with Feis Ile is a holiday that they have in May on the island, and a lot of the producers on Islay make a special bottling. I picked up 2 of these, one to drink now, and then perhaps one to drink later, or trade or sell or whatever. All right, and it comes in this funny little souvenir sack. All right, let's get into this. Now, I'm about I'm a good break down below the shoulder. I've been tasting this in a number of different ways. Neat, with a little bit of water, a little bit chilled. It is great as is. You put a teaspoon or 2 of water, doesn't hurt it. Sort of rounds out, gives it a more creamy feel to it. Brings a little bit more of the fruit and brings back a little bit of the smoke. Speaking of which, it has, in terms of, or in comparison to other Islay peated whiskeys, you know, to the most peaty, you're going to put Ardbeg, Laphroaig, and Lagavulin. Generally speaking, the further south you go on Islay, the peatier they get. The lightest ones tend to be Kilchoman, and I would say Bunnahabhain. So this is kind of, I would say, somewhat in the middle between those two. It's peatier than some of the Highland peated whiskeys, such as Oban, or say something you might come across from Highland Park out of Orkney. And I like that. I don't necessarily always want a big, huge smack upside the head of peat and smoke. It has some nice chocolatey notes, and if you're a little bit patient with it, you could cross some nice fruit notes. Stone peaches, pears, again, some chocolate notes. Slightly kind of a rich, candied, citrus character. Maybe some caramelized apples. A lot of chocolate, a lot of milk chocolate. All right, now on the palate. So right now, I'm drinking it straight. It has just a slight tingle. This is rich. People don't often talk about the texture and viscosity of whiskeys. This is a rich whiskey. It has some sort of thickness and round-mouthing feeling character to it. The smoke, the peat, are really well integrated. So it is definitely some like caramelized apples, pears, peaches, mixed in with chocolate, smoke. A little bit of almost like a black olive character to it. And then what sort of lingers is nice salted chocolate character to it. In fact, I did a live show where I did whiskey and chocolate pairing, and I found salted chocolates work best with peated whiskey. All right, that's it for this video. After this, we will be moving on to Bunnahabhain, and then we'll do Bowmore, and then we'll be heading back to the mainland in Scotland. All right, until next time, cheers. Oh, and don't forget, if you're a subscriber to my other channel, the wine channel, you also want to subscribe to this channel, my whiskey channel, because I will not be posting any more whiskey videos on my wine channel. And if you want to be reminded when I go live or when I post a new video, you're going to want to hit that bell. All right, until next time, cheers. If you have benefited from my wine or whiskey studies and you wish to support this ongoing work, I ask that you become a Patreon supporter. The link to my Patreon account is in the description box below.